I shared a roadmap to help people who are trying to get into the data science career. There are a lot of resources out there, and that is why I decided to build this roadmap. It's like when people go out there, they don't even know where to start. There are a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lot of things, right? And people actually get so overwhelmed by this. And I've gone through that part. I understand your pain. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, a huge welcome to you. My name is Oluwayeti. If you do not know what to do, you just need to click the subscribe button. And if you've been part of the tribe, I want to say a huge welcome and also a big thank you for trusting and coming back here and knowing that I will always deliver. I'm so grateful for the support that I've gotten so far. It means a lot to me. So what are we talking about today? I shared a roadmap to help people who are trying to get into the data science career. There are a lot of resources out there, and that is why I decided to build this roadmap. It's like when people go out there, they don't even know where to start. There are a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a lot of things, right? And people actually get so overwhelmed by this. And I've gone through that part. I understand your pain. And that is why I collaborated with one of my helper, who is Precious Kolawole, and we have, developed this roadmap with free resources. Every resource on this curriculum is free. I built this roadmap to help your career journey in data science and machine learning, starting from the scratch and all the things that you need to do to actually, become a data scientist, to stand apart from the rest of the people and to, start building your portfolio. Apart from this, we have a vibrant Telegram group that is growing, and we encourage our members to please ask questions, even though some of them are not asking questions. This is where I roll my eye. But anyway, please, when you come with plenty questions. We want you to ask questions. We also want to learn from your questions. But in this, video, all I'm going to be doing is walking you through this roadmap. I'm going to be going a bit deeper to why you need them, bringing them to a practical view of things. The link to download the roadmap and to also get the Telegram group link will be in the description. And let's get started. I'm just going to quickly rush through this because I have made up my mind that this video is going to be as short as possible. But I just want to say that first of all of the resources that are here are free. And aside that, for every resource, you can see there is a project attached to it. And I would always say that this roadmap is really good because apart from the fact that the resources are free, you also get to expand your knowledge on the different projects that we have attached to it. So the section is divided into 2 sections, which is the section 1. Of course, you need Python programming, although R programming is also a statistical language that is used in data science, and it's gaining some traction. It's used by so many, companies. But I would say that Python is a friendly introduction to, programming when it comes to data science. And then after Python, we have the statistics because we know that it's very important. And then we have the statistics. This is because we know that it's very important that before you can draw inference and make conclusions or dive deep into building machine learning models, for example, the statistics knowledge is very important. Understanding how your data is, for example, if your data is balanced or is skewed or has a normal distribution, is very important. And we have that as well. We have the resources, we have probability. This is really interesting because in most of the statistical tools that you're using, you actually be encountering some probability theories where you're trying to understand the distribution of a data set, or you're trying to draw some inference or some sort of samples from your data set in order to know the right way to build your machine learning model or know the right way to present your data set in whatever case it may be. And then of course data analysis 1 and 2. The first one is majorly on pandas and how you can use NumPy, which had the most used Python libraries. And then we have the data analyst 2, which is to help you perform real life statistical analysis. And there's actually a project for that. So you would see that the analysis 1 has no project, while the analysis 2 is like a project that covers both the first and the second resource. And then of course data visualization. This is where you're telling stories, you're trying to showcase your data in a fanciful way. You know, those graphs and charts that you see, for example. This is where you're trying to tell stories out of your data and, you know, communicate it to people who don't understand data science in a very friendly way. And there are like two tools that are basically used for visualization, you know, most times, which is Tableau or Power BI. So you can decide to do both, or you can decide to just do Tableau. For example, I've never had to use Tableau or Power BI because, you know, I'm not really my current role do not require me to really have that knowledge of either of the tools, but I know if there is a need for it, I'm definitely going to come back to this resource and learn about it. And of course SQL, sometimes your data set is stored in a, you know, in a database management tool. For example, although we have SQL and NoSQL, but SQL is usually like the most used type of query language. And you know, just having a hang of SQL, how to draw databases from, how to draw data from your databases is very important. And then we go into machine learning, where we have like the supervised classification, this and the supervised regression. These are like the traditional approach, and this is where you get to know about the libraries, the sklearn library, or maybe XGBoost and the rest like that. And then the second part is now using machine learning beyond the traditional approach, or otherwise known as the statistical approach. Now you're going deep into deep learning, which is like, you know, where we are trying to use neural network. And if you ask me, why has neural network come to shine over statistical approach? First of all, I would say that statistical approach still works, but the reason why deep learning is gaining more traction is because now we have this scenario where we have a lot of data sets, and deep learning actually is a powerful tool, is a powerful framework, and it only shines when there are a lot of data sets. So now we have gathered data over the years. There's more awareness about digital, storing your data in a digital format and all of that. So this is why, you know, deep learning is like having the boost everywhere. And then the machine learning tree is where you are in between a supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And that brings me to unsupervised, which is majorly clustering. There are other unsupervised, but the major one is the clustering, where you're trying to build buckets. You are trying to categorize your data into different buckets, you know, in a way, not necessarily classification, but you're trying to, for example, clustering is heavily used in customer segmentation. Maybe you're trying to understand the behavior of your customers, and you can group like, okay, this type of customer, this is how they behave, and you can use, a company can use that for their marketing campaigns. Like my last post on Instagram, you know, that it beats into this topic of clustering, and you can check that out in the section 2. This is what separates you really from a regular data scientist or regular machine learning. This is where you dive deeper into the first section. Actually, you know, you're using libraries, you're plugging in your data set. They don't really dive deeper into the mathematics of how some of these algorithms work. So, for example, how naive Bayes work. Naive Bayes is actually built, it's built on probability. And you know, all of the resources we have put by each of this supervised learning, for example, dive deeper into the mathematics and the theory behind how this algorithm works.
It's very important to understand because every day as a data scientist, you're presented with different problems, and understanding how some of these algorithms work will help you choose the right one, and will help you know, okay, which one would fail or which one will work better. So this is what we have done. We're just saying, okay, after this section one, it is not enough. You should dive deeper to understanding how most of these algorithms work. So that's what section 2 is really about. We have the supervised learning, we have the unsupervised, where k-means clustering is really explained, and then we have how a convolution neural network work. I can tell you that the section 2 is where I've spent a lot of my time, because I've seen that many people could just go to sklearn or go to TensorFlow and build libraries. Not many really understand the scene, like understand what goes on behind the scene. And I see that the awareness and the knowledge of what goes behind the scene has a very great potential to set you apart even on your job. So I really recommend this. I have used all of the resources. I myself, like, I have notes. Like when I do my tutorials and all of those things, I don't just watch them for fun. It's like I'm in a classroom and a lecturer is giving me lectures. Sometimes I still go back to my notes to refer to some of the things that I have written during the lectures. So and then the optional further learning, of course, is to just give you even much more deeper maths. If you're really curious about going deeper, then I would really recommend this. Like I said, for the section 1, I probably didn't use most of that, but for section 2 and the optional further learning, I would tell you that this is where I've spent a lot of my time as a data scientist and a machine learning engineer, and it has really helped me. So yeah, like I said, I really want to make this short. I just want to go through the roadmap and explain why this works for you to become a data science expert or a machine learning engineer. I know there are many resources out there, and I do hope that this will be useful for you. And see you in my next video. Don't forget to share this roadmap. We have a Telegram group, and please come with your questions as you go through the tutorials and the projects. Like, make good use of the community, and I look forward to seeing you there.
I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that when you download the roadmap, you now understand why we have put each of the topic there. Don't forget that we have a Telegram group. We can't wait to have you join the community, and I'm just rooting for you. If you're scared or you don't even know how to start and you're feeling like, oh, can I really do this? Just come. Just bring yourself. Come as you are. We are waiting for you. All you need to do is download the roadmap and just start learning. And if you are stuck at any point of your learning, the Telegram group is there. I and some other people who have walked this journey and working this journey will be there to answer every of your questions. We have vibrant admins who are really passionate about your growth. I am passionate about your growth. I want to see you succeed. I want to tell you that wanting to be a data scientist or a machine learning engineer is not a crime, and we are just here to make that road easy for you. Thank you so much, guys. Subscribe, like, give it thumbs up. Thank you. And until my next video, if there is anything you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be so glad. I'm always rooting for your success. Don't forget the mission that we build a library of success stories. And I hope to see you in my next video. And as usual, you know what I need to do. Are you doing it with me? Peace out. Just come. Stop.
I have a reminder for Yeti.